Hi guys, welcome to another range test video. This is the 2022 Mercedes EQB, to be precise the EQB 300 4MATIC AMG line. In this video I want to find out the range in real life driving conditions. I will test the range on the highway to find out the minimum range of this car. I will also do a second range test at lower average speeds to know the maximum range. I also wanted to know how long it takes to charge the battery at a fast charger. This is the Mercedes EQB with a 66.5 kWh battery. It has a WLTP range of 395 km to 419 km. The Mercedes EQB 300 has a power of 228 horsepower and a maximum torque of 390 Nm. It goes from 0 to 100 km per hour in 8 seconds. The EQB is available as a 5-seater or as a 7-seater, like in this test car. I will first test the range at higher average speeds on the highway. I want to find out what the minimum range of this car could be. At the beginning of this part of the test, the battery is fully charged to 100%. I will base my estimated range based on the average consumption and the net capacity of the battery. I did the test in August and it was between 22.5 and 26.5 degrees. I drove from Brussels in direction to the Ardennes in Belgium for a drive of in total 111 km. I tried to drive at a constant speed of 120 km per hour, but on some parts of the drive the speed limit was 90 km per hour, or there was a bit of traffic, so it wasn't always possible to keep the speed constant at 120 km per hour. After 111 km, the battery was down to 66% and average consumption was 19.9 kWh, which results in an estimated range of 334 km. After that, I left the highway for some sporty driving on country roads. After about 30 km of sporty driving, I was ready to return home on the highway. At that point, the battery was at 56%, consumption was 20.2 kWh, and the estimated range was 329 km. Now let's drive back from the Ardennes to Brussels on the highway. Let's have a look at my results. I emptied the battery down to 16% and the consumption decreased slightly while driving back. The range on the highway ended up to be 339 km based on an average consumption of 19.6 kWh. Later in this video I will test the range at lower average speeds, but let's now recharge the car. The Mercedes EQB is equipped with CCS combined charging system. This system enables the EQB to be charged with both AC and DC. For this test, I will charge the car at a DC fast charger. The Mercedes EQB can fast charge at a speed of up to 100 kW. Mercedes says it takes 32 minutes to recharge from 10% to 80% at a speed of 100 kW. I did the test immediately after my highway range test. At the beginning of the test, the battery is at only 16% and the range indicator gives a range of 57 km. It is 26.5 degrees outside. The car indicated that it would take around 50 minutes to fully charge the battery. I will do a 30-minute charging test. In the beginning, the car was charging at a speed of around 100 kW. The car reached this peak charging speed within the first minute after starting the charging session. After 10 minutes, I was charging at a speed of 99 kW. The battery increased to 39% and we gained about 83 kilometers on the range indicator. After 20 minutes, I noticed that we were charging at a speed of 94 kW. I gained another 84 kilometers of range and the battery is now at 62%. After 30 minutes, the battery is at 83%. The charging speed dropped to 76 kW. The range indicator is at 298 km, so we gained 241 km in total. I didn't do an AC charging test with this car, but let's look at some theoretical information. The charging speed of the onboard charger is 11 kW. The AC charging time from 10% to 100% is 5.57 hours at 11 kW. Let's now test the range at lower average speeds. I want to find out what the maximum range of this car could be. In the beginning of this part of the test, the battery is at 82%, temperature was between 25 and 27.5 degrees. I did this part of the test after the charging test. The first part was driving on small town roads. It was in an urban area, sometimes a bit more in the country, but with lots of opportunity for continuous driving, mostly between 50 to 70 kilometers per hour. The rest of the drive was driving in Brussels, more in an urban area, but with lots of stop and go driving. Let's have a look at my results. I emptied the battery down to 64% over a drive of in total 81 kilometers. Over the course of the drive, consumption increased from 14.2 to 14.8 kilowatt hour, so the range in the city is 449 kilometers, which is even higher than the WLTP range. In conclusion, I can say that the range of the Mercedes EQB is somewhere between 339 km and 449 km based on similar driving conditions and measured at higher temperatures between 22.5 and 27.5 degrees. I'm guessing that in much colder temperatures you will probably get less range. If you like the EQB but want a bit more range, there are also front-wheel drive versions of the EQB that have less power but offer more range, along the lines of 468 kilometers of WLTP range for an EQB 250. What I liked about driving this car was that it's quite spacious inside and that it is very practical as a family car. It offers a Mercedes-like luxury experience with nice materials and finishing. Of course, less than in the top-of-the-line models such as an EQS, but more refined than, for example, in a Tesla Model Y. It also has a more refined night driving experience with its colorful ambient lighting. On the other hand, it doesn't have groundbreaking range, charging speed, or sporty acceleration. I hope I was able to answer some questions you might have about this car. If you want to know more about the real-world range of electric cars, there are more videos on my channel and more to come in the future. Subscribe if you want to be notified about these future videos.